Hello, good evening and welcome to Camnet Television Main News. My name is Jeffrey Siambo. Our top stories in the news tonight: the LUSAKA City Council fights running battles with youths in Lusaka. The NGOCC condemns threats to deregister Zambia's largest opposition Patriotic Front party. The Attorney General warns defaulting local contractors. In international news, Kenya count deaths hits 90 as authorities expand operation. And in sports news, Zambia under-17 boys get MRI all clear.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. Rainglow, your smart irrigation partner.
For immediate coverage of any breaking or latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet Television, call the numbers on your screen. Camnet Television, bringing to your screens fair news, impartial news, credible and reliable news all the time. Get the whole truth on Camnet World News. Camnet Television, not just another channel.
Hello again, another news in detail. The LUSAKA City Council and the 200 youths belonging to the Rising Youths Furniture Cooperative opposite Chifundo Market, bordering Mandevu and Matero constituencies, fought running battles Tuesday night as the authority raided their premises.
Of the battle between the LUSAKA City Council, the Zambia Police, and the youths belonging to the Rising Youths Furniture Cooperative based at Chifundo Market, bordering Mandevu and Matelo constituencies. Tear gas and bullet cartridges are a reflection of how tense things were last night.
Take a move like, okay, tent chezere guys, because it is a finger stick. Our intention was to find the information from them, but they came with an intention to beat us, of which tenzeri bepo na mawipo nyo fighting a back. Balambo kutira matia gasi na wanatupasa 5 minutes to move. Ni chachala kwika tuze ni vimfuna chichite banagamba chata kupasa 5 minutes mwambo yamba amene oyu na bakapokola bakanso banabwera mairo babwere daylight petiripo tonzi but uze intention yawe nalengesa kuti afike na pali iyi opezeka kuti na vene tina lako opezeka tu banabwera na ma live bullets banambo titira matia gasi benango anamenyewa benango banatenga ma TV ma fridge.
This is the road reserve land where the cooperative has been squatting, but they accuse Mochinga Ward 28 councillor Limo Kupa and other people unknown of selling it to a foreign investor, allegations the civic leader has denied. They say this is the only place where they conduct their business to assist themselves and their families, thus questioning the relevance of government if it cannot engage them to protect their interest as indigenous citizens.
Who has collected the fridges? There was input in there that we are trading. We don't want to steal, no. We want to work. The President, His Excellency, has said everyone has to work. Therefore, we want people from the higher offices to come and address this. Please, we are begging from you. This land belongs to us. We are the remnants of this country. Why should people come from somewhere and everyone is silent? No one is talking from the government. Today, we are demanding that you come and address it.
They have complained that police caused the damage to their properties.
omuvota pale beze cholinga alichemushe but ma police na bakanso ngeba nkala mongati apa na Ukraine masapota baba mwenye.
We really want to know from you. We are and yeah, I'm sure you can just see.
Lusaka City Council Acting Public Relations Manager Marston Monze says the operation was aimed at curtailing the illegality, as he confirmed that authorities confiscated some assorted items such as alcohol beverages, refrigerators, and a sewing machine.
And you may wish to know that this person had no legal document of operating as a bar, operating as a restaurant right there. So that's why the Department of Planning at the Lusaka City Council decided that no, we move in and help him. So during the operation, we confiscated some things that we have kept at Lusaka City Council, and these items are here, and he can come over to retrieve them. But one thing that we should emphasize to him is that as he comes to retrieve them, he will be required to incur the cost that the council has incurred.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has disbursed over 23 million kwacha to 7 districts to accelerate rural development projects. Ministry Permanent Secretary Administration Mambo Hamaundu says the projects targeted include the construction of markets, bus stations, and rehabilitation of critical crossing points. Mr. Maundu explains that the funding is part of this year's national budget allocation for rural infrastructure development under the ministry. He says the funding will support 7 local authorities, which include Mongu, Mufumbwe, Chongwe, Choma, Ndola,
The rainy season are not apparent when we get into the rainy season of 2023. Crossing points particularly must be worked on as a matter of urgency so that we ease the lives of the people within these particular areas. And for the markets and bus stations, they too must be given the attention that they deserve. Remember, we now have resources independent of CDF, which we also need to ensure that we drive the developmental agenda and ensure that as many people as possible are taken off the streets into the market so that they operate in a form of.
The United Party for National Development, UPND Media Director Ruth Heaton has castigated the opposition Patriotic Front for running to the media over threats of deregistration as contained in notice by the registrar, urging them to instead put their house in order. In a statement issued to Camnet TV, Ms. Heaton explains that the matter at hand is not political, but law which cuts across all political parties if found wanting. Ms. Heaton further says assertions that the UPND intends to make Zambia a one-party state through such tactics are unfounded, noting that Zambia has over 60 registered political parties which can still stand as opposition parties to the ruling party. The Opposition Patriotic Front has been issued with a 7-day ultimatum by the Registrar of Societies in which it should meet all the obligations as a political party, among them that the documents do not have the 10 required office bearers but only shows 3 names. Meanwhile, the Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, NGOCC, is concerned by the threatened cancellation of the registration of the Patriotic Front political party by the Registrar of Societies, urging the former ruling party to urgently address the compliance issues raised so as to ensure the party remains a legal entity in the interest of the country's democracy. The women's movement also urged other political parties to ensure that they fulfill their legal requirements as provided by the Societies Act, Chapter 119 of the laws of Zambia, so that they are not. 2 days ago, Lusaka Magistrate Stanford Ngobola declared Mr. Luminda's application to refer his case to the High Court for determination after a state witness failed to produce an ordinary statement that was recorded from him during his arrest was never put to court despite his requesting for it. More in this report.
Acting leader of the opposition Patriotic Front, Ivan Lubinda, has requested the Lusaka High Court to declare that the decision of the Lusaka's Magistrate Court to preside over his corruption-related case violates his right to a fair trial According to his petition filed before the Lusaka High Court, Mr. Luinda alleges that sometime in March 2022, he was charged and arrested for 4 counts of being in possession of property suspected of being process of crime contrary to Section 71 of the Forfeiture of Process of Crime Act No. 19 of 2010 of the laws of Zambia by the Anti-Corruption Commission. According to his further submission, he states that on the 26th of April 2022, his criminal trial commenced and the state called 12 witnesses. Among those witnesses was a Mr. Friday Tembo, an investigative officer from the Anti-Corruption Commission. He states that during the cross-examination of the said witness, Mr. Tembo, an issue arose as to whether or not the prosecution witness recorded any statement from Jubin and petitioner. The prosecution witness responded in affirmative, adding that this led to his lawyers making an application for the prosecution witness to bring before court the following documents which are said to be in his custody and control. Among them, an ordinary statement recorded in 2019 from him, an ordinary statement recorded from a Mr. Zhu Weibin, a Chinese nation, and a warn and caution statement recorded from him. He submits that the lower court allowed the said application notwithstanding the prosecution witness, and the prosecution only tendered a warn and caution statement recorded in 2019 from him, an act contrary to the court's ruling. The opposition leader contends that when his lawyers raised the issue as to why the prosecution witness and the prosecution only tendered selective documents and not all, the court rendered guidance to the effect that the prosecution can do so when himself, Mr. Lunda, is put on his defense and not at this stage. He argues that his ability to demonstrate and prove that he has no case to answer has been rendered handicapped given the fact that he is unable to test the veracity of the prosecution witness testimony. He is now seeking a declaration that the refusal by the prosecution to produce the document in question is against the Constitution of Zambia. He is also seeking a declaration that the decision of the court allowing the prosecution to only produce the said document when he is put on his defense is now unvoid. Mr. Luinda wants the court to grant him an order directing that the prosecution avails the defense his ordinary statement recorded in Lusaka rejected admission into evidence documents indicating how former Defense Minister Geoffrey Waliamwamba engaged the Ministry of Defense to avail to him original copies of the letters he wrote in which he declared interest. This follows Mr. Mwamba's request to admit into evidence letters he wrote to the ministry requesting for the said documents and the response from the ministry in form of a letter indicating to him that the letter in question cannot be traced. The former Defense Minister Mwamba has been slapped with 24 counts which he is facing before the Lusaka's Magistrate Court, among them conflict of interest, money laundering. Among the 24, he is facing 8 counts of conflict of interest, 1 count of money laundering, and 15 counts of being in possession of property suspected of being process of crime. The accused was recently found with a case to
inform the nation that there are some debtors, or there are people who owe the government money, there are institutions that owe the government money. We now have these chambers in provinces. Please, if you know you owe the government money, those who are contractors, sometimes paid and you haven't finished doing the work, or you have abandoned the work as it was a trend, please, we are coming for you, not as enemies, but as good friends who want you to bring back what you took from the citizens of this country, and without offering service. If you know you supply the air and money was paid and no air came, please be good enough, be patriotic, and you pay back and bring back the money. If you have consumed it and it's not there and you bought property, please just be good before we come to you. Just surrender yourself and come and report and indicate how you intend to give back the money to the Zambians.
government says it remains committed to ensure that it implements measures and policies that will reduce the cost of doing business in the country. Addressing the media Wednesday, Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mulenga explains that the government's vision of building a private sector-driven economy has led it to ensure that the cost of doing business in Zambia is reduced by creating an enabling environment for local investors. Mr. Mulenga says the government is championing the local content advocacy initiative, which will see an increase in the uptake of locally produced goods and services through the promotion of quality. Mr. Mulenga has urged local contractors to always strive to produce quality stuff once they are engaged in business transaction by the government. He noticed that in order for the country's economy to recover,
there is an opportunity. B. Application for name reservation has been reduced by 50% from 200 kwacha to 100 kwacha. Ladies and gentlemen, many of our brothers and sisters have been failing just to apply for a reservation of the name, and we have decided to reduce this by 50%. Other fees have equally been reduced by an average of 50% on.
The University of Lusaka Vice-Chancellor, Professor Pinalo Chifonakeni, has urged graduates to utilize their qualifications to create opportunities to add value to society and the corporate world.
Chancellor Dr. Caleb Fundanga congratulated the graduates for reaching the crossing line, which he says requires a lot of sacrifice.
Culture and politics. I expected as a traditional leader I'd get an A, but it just goes to show that there's a lot that we don't know and we don't understand.
They say education is the greatest equalizer, and these graduates are a step to equalizing with those who have gone before them. Reporting for Camnet News.
This is Camnet Television Main News. Join us after the break for more news.
You know, I can take her a bit.
Yes, my dear.
I was thinking of getting you a Bugatti for your birthday. I'm quiet. My name is Yana.
That's why there is insurance.
Insurance?
You read me?
Not just any kind of insurance, but Savenda General Insurance, a company that offers superior customer service, highly professional and dedicated staff. We are not just any insurance company, but an insurance company that actually pays our claims. We cover, among others, fire, marine, aviation, engineering, agriculture, motor vehicle, and miscellaneous insurance. So, live life to the full, knowing that Savenda General Insurance has got you covered. Savenda General Insurance. Insurance excellence.
Your skin is the biggest muscle in your body. That's why we make sure that Oracle is #1 when it comes to taking care of your precious skin. Oracle Pure Petroleum Jelly and Glycerin soothes, moisturizes and keeps your skin perfect. Oracle Pure Petroleum products for that perfect skin.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RenGlow, your smart irrigation partner.
Welcome back. We'll continue with the news. Government says modalities are being put in place towards enhancing the legal frameworks for intellectual properties, IP, in the country. Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Chipoka Mulenga, says his ministry is working on revising frameworks such as the Trademarks Act, the Copyright and the Performance Act in order to address the challenges that have emerged in the IP industry. The minister says this is aimed at creating an enabling...
And he launched the Academic Innovation Fund for students on the 22nd March. This is live, alive and active. The Academic Innovation Fund is still waiting for innovators to tap in the potential, to tap in the resources and set up businesses which will be functional. However, you run a very important agency where you need to understand what this is and take it to the public so that the public will tap in the potential. Time and again, ladies and gentlemen, every time I will sit on TV, listen to the radios, when government has provided many facilities, but you still hear the public saying, we did not know that it exists. It is difficult to assess it. How do we do it? Piracy does not give an economy, it collapses. Piracy does not bring honor and respect to any organization, but it erodes its ethics. So I call on everyone, let us be willing to spend, actually to invest in oil into anything that we want to use this pleasure. Then our innovators, our music artists, our business owners will build even more and better facilities than we are expecting.
The Seventh-day Adventist Woodlands Dorcas workers, through Camnet Chief Executive Director Thelma Chisumba, have donated school equipment to Trikatane Primary School in Katuba of Lusaka, as well as some clothes and assorted foods to community members as part of community service to the nation. The Dorcas women, working with 2 other districts, have also managed to paint Katuba Clinic Maternity Wing and bought 7 mattresses for the health facility in an effort to help the least to the learners. More in this report.
The 7th, the Woodlands Extension Church District, Katuba Mission District, and Ibex Hill Mission District Dorcas workers are in Katuba District of Lusaka for their 2023 rally, which is being used as a way of preaching God's word, as well as share food and clothes with community members. Thelma Chisumba, who is Camnet Chief Executive Director, as well as Woodlands Conference Dorcas Secretary, has taken the rally as an opportunity to Trikatane Primary School at the same time donating clothes to community members.
I, the CEO of Camnet, present this on behalf of Woodlands Dorcas Conference to take care of it.
Already, we have 1 source, about 16 already who gave themselves for baptism. And within the district, we want to leave a mark. We have painted Katoga Primary School. We have also bought mattresses, 7 of them for maternity wing at Katoga Health Center.
And Trikatane Primary School head teacher Patricia Siantombo is grateful for the gesture that the Dorcas women have shown to the school and to the district.
As I said, we are no computer, though we have no power, but we have solar. Or please, we are against also. Thank you so much for what you've done to us.
Federation leader for Woodlands Extension District and chairperson for Dorcas Rally says the purpose of this rally is to gather, share the word of God, and meet the needs of people in the community.
This rally is to gather and reach out to the communities and share the word
made a decision to follow Jesus Christ. So as we share the word of God, we'll also be meeting the needs of the people that will find, those that will, who need assistance, physical assistance, not just preaching, but as well as sharing the food that we have, sharing clothes, and many other items that we've gathered.
The women have since pledged to continue offering their service to the needy. Prudence Georgia, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Watching Camnet Television and not just another channel. Join us for international and sports news after the break.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology,
television, not just another channel.
Now in the international news, the death toll at a ranch in coastal Kenya that is owned by a pastor who is accused of leading a religious cult and ordering his followers to starve themselves reached 90 on Tuesday as the country's interior minister announced an expanded operation at the site. The new figure came after police exhumed 17 more bodies. The total number of those rescued while starving at the ranch now stands at 34. The Kenya Red Cross Society's latest figure on the number of missing is 213. The pastor, Paul Mackenzie, who heads the Good News International Church, is accused of luring his followers to the ranch near the town of Malindi. He allegedly told them to fast to death in order to meet Jesus before burying them in shallow graves spread across his land. He was arrested after police raided the property earlier this month, and he remains in police custody. Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki said